My next upload this evening is with regard to the level of not only idiocy, and there has been a huge display of idiocy. As Einstein said, those individuals that keep doing the same thing over and over and getting the same negative results is called insanity. So I have to keep emphasizing the idiocy of these people that have been of offences against my good name, character and reputation. The nature of hate crime is quite insidious, and it's really sad sign at the times when a grown adult, a mother perhaps herself, or a family unit of their own, people in their own little bubbles, imposing upon Maria McElligott here in this upload simply due to my property and due to their very sinister offences against my child in the past 3 years. These people have been not only really ignorant, it's been so discourteous, so disrespectful, but it's been a sad sign of the times for these individuals to be in society and to be accommodated with exacerbatory offences. They've had at least 3 to 4 tries, five attempts even, I would say, at this stage since I gave birth, with problem causing in this community. 5 attempts, and they've had many attempts at negotiating, evading and avoiding. They've had negotiating about obstructions and perversions of justice. It's absolutely been outrageous. So these individuals have not just been highly rude and discourteous. It's displayed an ignorance I'm just not used to. It's an ignorance I am not acquainted with. It's an ignorance that is just the height of disgusting behaviour in Tralee, County Kerry, with what I'm experiencing. These people have been so cheeky. They have no right discussing people's personal lives. They've publicised personal information just outside my building. There's publicity stunts going on. This has been going on in the community with writing on the walls, up on the street walls, up on the atmosphere, the ozone, the environmental damages with these people's developments have been horrendous, and publicising people's personal information. This is also serious. So I'm really surprised that the government hasn't addressed these issues. I'm very surprised that the United Nations hasn't addressed these issues in Tralee, County Kerry. I'm very surprised that these people are being accommodated, but this is highlighted that there's just another layer to the cake, that there are people obviously supporting these culprits in their offences against an innocent child and mother, which is a quite insulting endeavour against intelligent behaviour. You know, intelligent behaviour doesn't disrespect a good name. Treason is quite dangerous to support, and people that aren't paying their debts, that's another very dangerous issue that I've had to confront. People have not paid their debts that they have owed me for the past 10 years. There have been people exploiting me financially for the past 4 years. So it's really quite serious what's going on. It's really insulting to common courtesy, and this is not a common situation. This is treason. So there are royal protocol procedures required, and it's a really sad sign of the times for my royal family. It's really disgusting that these badly bred individuals have just been so deplorable, so embarrassing, so disrespectful to an innocent baby boy since he was 2 years of age, and then just to be disrespecting the matrimony and my nuptials of the 30th of the 3rd 2015. It's really just deplorable. It's really deplorable. So I would think honourability is all questionable at the moment. As I've mentioned, there are people just in my privacy or personal proximity, and they've no right to be in my proximity. These people coming in and out of proximity, that's not tolerable at all. These people talking about a person to facilitate a retaliatory, exacerbatory offence, that's absolutely outrageous for any authorities to be accommodating. So I hope the authorities are aware of how serious this all is, because as I've mentioned in my previous upload, what has been taken and stolen from my fortune, my wealth, is quite expensive, and the debts I'm owed are quite vast and quite huge. So it's quite an expensive situation, especially when there's been such expense wasted on such nonsense. It's been really silly, the failed attempts these people have had in this community with all the trouble they've caused. It's absolutely bizarre It's absolutely outrageous. And they've wasted a lot of people's money. So it seems I've recovered a lot of people's money since 2018 with all the financial fraud that they were accommodating. I'm really surprised that the honourability level hasn't stepped up to defend an honest mother and child. It's really despicable. So it's just shown the begrudgery mentality. It's just shown the regression. It just shows that there's a little bit of a contradiction in terms with people speaking of high principles and not actually practicing principles. So as I represent my principles of my fellowship quite honestly, with integrity, I'm sure that the worldwide fellowship I represent will be able to identify with me, and I'm sure they'll be able to understand very clearly the insanity of this disgraceful situation and just the deplorability level. It's absolutely outrageous. The violence my child has experienced since he was 2 years of age, it's inexplicable. It's for any mother, it's a nightmare. So it's a shame of the situation for progress in education and for children's affairs and children's rights, and it highlights a failing, a very serious failing, that an educator, this person with a clean track record, is tolerating this poor level of practice that's going on. It's a really sad sign of the times. So for those that don't have any common courtesy, that are displaying a lack of understanding with regard to boundaries and limitations and proximity, I would hope the authorities would be able to step up and be able to address the issue promptly, because it's quite dangerous enough that there are people trespassing on my mountain property and my farm holding in Ardfart, County Kerry. So this is all a serious mess, with an innocent child involved, and adultery and matrimony being disrespected. Matrimony being disrespected is quite dangerous as well. So I hope the women and children's rights agencies are all fully on board about this matter. It's quite serious when family units are being disrespected by discourteous, badly bred slanderers and offenders of the state.